Oh, hello! Welcome to another episode of Friends Food and Fun. My name is Brian Upper and I'm joined here with my lovely companion Helenka. Good evening to you, my dear.
Hello, Brian.
She's our chef sidekick.
I certainly am.
Yes, so we've got an interesting recipe, I think, today for everyone at home. Can you tell anyone about it?
Well,
should we keep it a secret? And just put the ingredients together?
Oh, for heaven's sake. No, you're
what would
making...
happen if we did that?
You're making a Waldorf salad.
A Waldorf salad.
Yes. So talk about being so traditional.
It's very traditional salad,
is.
isn't it? Yes. So, and you know what? There's no lettuce in this salad whatsoever.
So but that means there's lots of wonderful vitamins and minerals.
Well, it is kind of a fruit and I guess one vegetable salad.
Yeah.
And there's a nut besides us two. There is a nut.
Yes, there is.
Isn't there? Right. So, how about you read off the recipe if you can?
Okay. Well, you're going to make a dressing. You're going to start off with a half cup of mayonnaise.
Okay. So we have, actually, should we just read the whole list first and then...
well, you're going to mix half cup mayonnaise with a tablespoon of white sugar.
Sugar, okay.
A teaspoon of lemon juice.
Yes.
And 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt.
Salt, yeah. So I've got my salt is in this one little bowl here.
Okay.
And my sugar. Now for sugar, I'm actually using Splenda this time, so we're going to replace the sugar with something else. Okay, so that's, and mayonnaise. We love this olive oil mayonnaise. It's by Hellmann's. It's with olive oil.
Yes.
That's why it's called olive oil mayonnaise. This is how smart those people are, right? All right, so what about the fruits and the veggies and what have you?
Well, you're going to have 3 apples, peeled, cored, and chopped.
I'm using Fuji apples.
Okay, I know you do like
Fuji apples are one of my favorite apples. If you like a really crispy and kind of on the sweet side, not too tart, a Fuji apple is a very good apple just for eating and enjoying, and we're going to eat it, so why not?
Then you're going to add a cup of thinly sliced celery.
Yes. So for my celery, I've rinsed it. We're going to use the hearts. So that's the inside of a big bunch of celery that you get. And I'm going to show you something about this celery too that I really enjoy.
Okay.
So we'll get to that shortly.
And there will be a half cup of one of our favorite nuts.
Pecans?
No.
Almonds?
No.
Pine nuts?
No.
Walnuts!
That's correct.
Yep. Would you believe this is a half cup?
Wow, it looks like so much more.
It looks like so much more.
Yes.
A half cup of walnuts.
And finally, you're going to add a half cup of raisins, and they say it's optional.
Yeah,
well, we never go with the optional.
We never go with the optional anyway. So I have my raisins here. These are just regular raisins, and I've put hot water in them to plump them up. So we like that. I have a question.
Yes.
I got some red globy things here. They're round. What are these?
Grapes.
Grapes.
Seedless grapes.
Seedless grapes? Was that in the recipe?
No, but people do put all sorts of stuff
into a Waldorf salad?
Yeah. Okay. Some people put craisins in, or cranberries.
Well, that's true too. Craisins or cranberries. You could add, in fact, you could add that even to this one as well. So this is going to be an interesting salad. While I start prepping, perhaps you should tell everyone where this idea came from, the whole Waldorf thing.
Oh, I had never had this before in my life, but I was preparing a very special birthday party. It must be, was it birthday or was it New Year's Eve? I can't remember. But Brian was one of the guests, and so I went through 2 books in particular. I went through the Titanic, a book on the Titanic, and it talked about the meals and the recipes. And I know there are several people who do make the last night on the Titanic dinner parties. So each of us, there were 4 of us, and we were all real people from the Titanic.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Yes. And I was the invincible Margaret Brown, not Molly, Margaret. And so of course I was the hostess.
Really?
Yes, I was. And I chose all sorts of wonderful foods. I will write about this in the blog, so you'll get to know everything we had that night. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to make the sauce now because I have to start peeling the apples, and you know when you peel apples, they start to go.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is a kind of on the generous side of a half cup, only because we're adding a lot more stuff to it, so I want to make sure
Okay, that it does cover it
that
adequately.
it covers it adequately. Yes. Now I'd already cut the celery,
Which is
so
good.
what I think I'll do now is
So what was the special thing about the hearts?
well, at the bottom of your celery,
Yes.
there's a piece here,
Yes.
right? And you cut that off and you trim it, and it comes out. Oh, I'm just going to do a little trim here. And this is like one of the best parts of the celery itself. So Helenka and I are going to eat this. Here's a part for you.
Thank you.
So try it out. So it's a really good piece. Now, how do you describe this flavor?
It's almost not like celery. No, there's a hint of celery,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm getting more of the crunchiness of a carrot and the texture of a carrot.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. But it's also a little bit like kohlrabi, because I like to eat raw kohlrabi root.
I'm going to add in our sugar, our salt. Get all the salt out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so here's a trick. I think I've talked about it before. You squeeze your lemon.
And roll it.
Roll it. You want to get the maximum juice, and you don't necessarily, well, for us, you know us, we always deviate from the recipe anyway. So if we do more than, was it a teaspoon?
It was a
teaspoon of lemon juice. It'll be okay. So here we go. I'm going to hold it up like this so we can make sure we catch the seeds. There. It's probably slightly more generous, but you know what? I added it slightly more generous.
With the mayonnaise.
With the mayonnaise. So, and then I'm going to mix it all up. Actually, you need to whip it. Whip it real good. Put that in there. Okay, so it looks like that. It's just a creamy texture. Okay, so while that's doing that, now I'm going to peel my apple.
Mm-hmm.
So we get that done. You need 3 cord apple slice.
Diced. Chopped.
Yeah, that. What she said. Okay, so I'm going to cut it down like this. Cut it down like this, and then what I like to do is to cut the core out, I'm just going to do this simple method here. If you have an apple core, use the apple core.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have one.
No. Actually, I actually cut my quarters freehand.
Do you?
Yeah. But I cut a lot of things freehand, like tomatoes.
Oh yeah. So you said diced, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
Well, chopped.
well chopped. So it'll
Yes.
it'll be a rough
Yes.
dice. Kind of like rough dice. Rough chopping of anything.
And you're going to put that immediately into the mix.
Yep,
right?
and I'm going to stir it around too, so that because there's lemon juice in
Yes.
here now, it won't go brown.
Yes. We hope.
Yes, hoping and wishing and wishing and hoping and hoping and wishing. Okay, I'm also going to put in my celery, which I've had here sitting on the counter. We're just going to dump that in there. That's what we do here, just nothing fancy or delicate about this.
And actually this is one of our glomping techniques.
Oh, is this glomping?
I think so. I think the final product will be quite glompy.
So I'm just going to give it a good stir with all that in there as I continue on with my next apple.
Yes.
Okay, so that was the final apple.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm just going to mix it all up here. Make sure we get the mayonnaise dressing on it all. Make sure it's all nicely covered. Okay, so now the next thing we have to do is I'm going to start cutting up some grapes and putting those in there too.
Half?
Yes, I'm going to cut them into
Yes.
half. So we may or may not necessarily use all these grapes,
Mm-hmm.
but let's see how far we get. Now, grapes is one of those optional things, I think, like we mentioned before,
Yes.
where you don't necessarily need to have it into your dish, but
But we find the taste of them and the texture and
Yeah.
the juiciness goes very nicely with a cold salad.
Yes. Yep. All right. So we've got gray peas.
Yes.
In the ugly bowl.
Yes. Now, are you going to drain the raisins?
Yeah, I'm going to drain the raisins and we'll add that to it as well. So we've got in here, right now we've got, this is what it looks like, our grapes, there's our apples and the celery. I may actually add some more celery in here. It looks kind of a little bit low on celery quotient. But that's okay, I mean we're assembling. So I'm just going to drain these. I'm just going to put these onto a paper towel. Just give them a good...
Aw, you're so
I'm
gentle.
going to pat them.
Yes.
Would you like to try one?
Of course. Now, this is also one of my idiosyncrasies. I don't care for raisins. But...
these are good.
These are good.
Yeah, we both said that. Okay, throw those in.
And I think actually that's probably one of the reasons why I've never liked raisins. Because you have to plump them.
There you go. There's a trick. So it's just hot water with a little container. And then just let it sit. I think we'll probably let it sit for maybe 10 minutes, if that.
But the thing with raisins is that I love them in the Waldorf salad.
Yeah, it adds a flavor to it. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so we're going to add some more celery to this. Maybe I'll add half a stick
of
celery.
A stick. A stalk.
Stick stock. We're coming up with new names for stuff all
I
the time.
know.
So. Yes. Good racket here. To our salad. And I guess the last thing we're going to add...
The nuts and raisins.
Raisins are already in.
Oh, okay. Then the nuts.
So
yes.
Yes. Besides us.
Yes.
So I'm just going to do a very rough chop on the walnuts as well. Because we like them in nice big pieces too. And then we devour it.
Yes.
So we've got a nice good rough cut there.
That is a very generous half cup.
It is.
Looks quite impressive.
Alright, that goes out to the side.
Now you get to smush it all together.
Yep, I'm using my smusher. Okay, so we're going to put that here. This is what a Waldorf salad looks like. Now, assembly. Now, normally what you can do is you can make this ahead of time and just put it in the fridge, and when you're ready for it, it comes out all nice and cool. But we're ready to eat this now.
Yes.
So I need a serving spoon, which we have right here.
Okay.
Uno serving spoon.
Now, of course, if we wanted to be really fancy, we would have put this on maybe a leaf of romaine lettuce or something like that.
Waldorf. Oh, there was one thing I forgot you could say. Now we are going to have this for our dinner, but you can add something that we enjoy too, which is our favorite rotisserie chicken.
Yes.
You can add that to it and make it rotisserie chicken Waldorf
salad.
Or, you know, or you can eliminate it, which is what we've done.
So, on the other hand, though, you could also add cold roast beef.
Lots of good ideas coming.
So let's see how.
Right, let's see how this worked out. It's my first time making a Waldorf salad, so.
I'm trying to get lots of everything on it.
Because it's a combination of flavors, right? So let's see how it goes.
Mm.
Is it okay? Well. Are you sensing the waves of flavors again?
Definitely. The lemon juice added a completely new nuance. Because I don't remember adding the lemon juice to mine.
Okay. Well, I added more lemon juice this time.
Yes, and it made a difference, but it's not as if it made it sour.
Right.
It just made it more striking.
More striking.
Yes.
Well, excellent. That's an excellent insight on this particular Waldorf salad, so it's our variation of it.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you very much for watching another episode with myself and Helenka. So please visit my website for more episodes and our blog, which is brianupwood.com. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again real soon. Take care for now. Cheers.
Bye-bye.